I'm Ian Baker, and today I want to talk about the 2019 Cougar 34TSB. This is an awesome bunk model. You have a big quad bunkhouse, super slide with your sofa and dinette, and the sofa is directly across from a big TV, plus you have a ton of kitchen space. Let's start off on this super slide. So as I said, you have the dinette right here. You can easily sit 4 people, plus this does drop down into a bed if you so desire. And the bottom is a leatherette, which is really nice because chances are if you have this, you'll have kiddos, and if they spill, it makes for easy cleanup. One of the things I love about Cougar and their slide outs are the windows. Take a look at the slides. In lieu of any storage in here, they put in huge panoramic windows, which basically cover the entire slide out. Not only do you get a great view out to your campsite, but again, it lets in all that light, really helping make the space feel big and open. At nighttime, they have not 1, not 2, but 3 LED lights over both the dinette and the sofa, again, making sure everything is really bright, and those are on a dimmer switch if you wish to dim them down. Trifold sofa right here. As I said, this is across from the TV, which we'll see in just a moment. Super comfortable, has built-in armrests in the side. You can easily fit 3 people here, if it's a family, snuggle in a little bit. And because it is a trifold, you can see what you get to sleep on. It's pretty comfy. It's much better than your traditional pull-out or, some of the air mattresses that deflate on you in the middle of the night. Another side note, these side windows do open for ventilation, so if you want cross breeze through here, you can open those up. Right back here, some additional storage. You can never have too much storage in an RV. You can see right there, that's a great extra storage space. Electrical outlet right down here, in case you need to plug in a vacuum or something, that's the spot to do it. Your furnace, this is a 35,000 BTU furnace. That's one of the biggest you can get in a travel trailer. Most manufacturers are about a 25 to 30, so putting in the 35 is awesome, especially when you have a fireplace that puts out an additional 5,000 BTUs of heat, so essentially looking at 40K if you have both the furnace and the fireplace on. The fireplace also looks nice, so when you're sitting there in your in the sofa, you want just a nice view, there you have it. Right above that is your 50-inch 4K TV. Now I realize that you're not going to get 4K at your campsite, but it just goes to show they are putting some higher end components in the camper here. A little bit of storage right up top. Your multimedia center right here that controls the speakers inside as well as outside. It is Bluetooth capable and it's a DVD player, so you pop it in and you can watch the movie there. Moving into the kitchen itself, in this layout, I love it because you have this huge peninsula kitchen. This is something you oftentimes don't get in a bunk model as a large workable kitchen, but you definitely have it here. So you have all this prep space, you have the sink with the sink top covers. Both of these are cutting board quality, so you can flip them over, use them as cutting boards. Solid surface countertops, which allows for the undermount stainless steel sink there. You can see the big double bowl sink. The bowls are very deep as well, so they are quite usable for some larger dishes. High rise, beautiful modern pull-out faucet there. You'll also see right over here you have kind of like a little charging station. So what you can do is you can just put your phone like right up there, take a little cable, plug it in there, and it's charging up kind of up and out of the way. You'll also see over here you have 4 drawers running the whole length. So plenty of room for all of your silverware, your flatware, your larger utensils, hot pads, towels, whatever else you need to have in there. Spot for a trash can right there, and you have room for pots and pans over here as well as right over here. So a ton of storage here in the peninsula. And then on the off-door side, so you have more prep space right over here, your 3-burner cooktop with a glass cover. You have a gorgeous backsplash right there. I certainly love that. This does fold up and back, kind of doubles as another backsplash to open up your 3 burners. The knobs do light up, so just kind of a cool little look. And then you have a large oven underneath. So this oven and cooktop combo come in 2 different sizes for the oven. This is the larger of the 2 there. You'll also see you have a drawer underneath and 4 more drawers right back here. So as I said, a ton of storage here in the kitchen. Another electrical outlet, more storage right up top there. Microwave, fully functional hood with a light and a fan. And then right here is your Dometic fridge freezer combo. This unit does run off both propane and electric and also has automatic switchover. And then in the back is the quad bunk room. So right here is a slide out which really helps open this space up. The top bunk here is on a strut. I'll lower this down for you so you can take a look. Still a big usable bunk, 300-pound weight capacity on here, emergency exit, LED light, and then you have the jackknife style sofa underneath. So it's a great place to sit. If you want to watch TV, hang out, and that also does drop down into a bed, and there's an electrical outlet by the floor in case you need to plug anything in. Right here along the back wall, window, another electrical outlet, some storage on the bottom. This is where the TV goes. If you want a TV, they did put a mounting backer in the wall, so you know where to mount it. Connections for that are up top, storage on both sides. And then across the way here, you have 2 more bunks. Again, 300-pound weight capacity on here. You can see all the storage that you have underneath. So some good additional storage there, plus 3 drawers. And then my favorite part is right over here. That's right, you have a spot to actually hang the kids' clothes, plus a couple more storage compartments. A couple quick things outside the bathroom. The first one is this right here. This essentially is your Wi-Fi router. So if you want Wi-Fi, you can get an LTE plan, which goes over a cellular signal. So that way you have Wi-Fi right here in your RV. Down underneath that is the in-command system. This is your main control panel. Because Cougar color codes and labels all of their wiring, it allows them to do cool things like install this. And this controls your lights, your slides, your water pump, water heater, and my favorite, if you go to the HVAC section here, you will see that not only can you essentially set this thermostat to a temp, but more importantly, you can schedule it. So it's actually kind of a programmable thermostat like you would have at your home, but you have it here in this travel trailer. Let's make our way into the bathroom. Right down here in the corner is your foot flush lever toilet, porcelain bowl, super easy to clean, tons of legroom, tons of shoulder space here as well. Over to the side, the countertop, it's the same countertop they use in the kitchen. They didn't skimp out on you here. Nice big bowl, I love this. You know, far too often the bowls are really small, you wash your hands, it's splashing everywhere. Not an issue in the Cougar. Electrical outlet there, mirrored medicine cabinet up top, and storage underneath. In fact, if you look at that, that's huge storage, plenty of space there, even for a large trash can. Over here is the neo-angle shower. I'll take a step in here. I'm 6 foot tall, folks. You see that I have plenty of room thanks to the barreled ceiling. Even more if you take into account the skylight there. So you're 6'3", 6'4", you can still shower in here without having to bend down. Also, the doors are in a roller track, so when you open it up, the water goes down the door into the shower pan, unlike if you have a swing door or a curtain where all the water ends up on your floor. You'll see the hand wand here, as well as a couple shelves there for your soap and shampoo. And when I step out, you'll also see this one comes equipped with a linen closet. The master bedroom has a king-size bed. Folks, that is something that's really rare. Absolutely fantastic to have. You have plenty of space. It is 70 inches wide by 80 inches long. So while it's 2 inches narrower than your actual residential king, it is the full length, which is the important part. So if you're tall, your legs aren't going to hang off. You also have easy access storage underneath. It is strut supported there, so you can see all that extra room. And as I mentioned, that is easy to get at. Both sides, you have nightstands with cubby holes. You'll see electrical outlets on both sides. The one side also has dual USB ports. Mirrored wardrobes on both sides with hanging rods. Storage across the top. You have the front window with the shade there. Windows on both sides. Take a look. Second AC installed. The cool thing about this is the primary AC is a 15K, and the Cougar will either have a second AC or have an option for it because it'll be prepped. But also, it's running a racetrack. You can see that you have your 2 vents right here. That's because they run that AC in a racetrack, so both your ACs are working together to cool down the coach for more efficient cooling. Also, the ductwork that they put in here, they use couplers to join it together. Most manufacturers just tape them together. With Cougar, they have a coupler to put it together, then tape it. That way it doesn't get crushed. Otherwise, a lot of times it gets crushed or that tape comes apart, and then all of a sudden you're losing a bunch of airflow in your roof, which nobody wants. You do have 2 entrances and exits, one into the main living area. The other one right here is a slider door into the bathroom, so if you have to get up and use the bathroom in the middle of the night, it's quick and easy to do. And if you want a TV, this is where it will be installed. They do have a backer in the wall right there, and the appropriate connections are right here up top. Now that we've seen the inside, let's take a look at some of the outside features on the Cougar 34TSB. Right up front here is the power tongue jack. This makes it super simple to hook up and disconnect from your tow vehicle because instead of having to manually crank it up and down, you have this nice rocker switch here and it does the work for you. You also have a light up front in case you need some added visibility at night, and then there is a manual override in the rare event that the jack does fail. Right behind that, you have two 30-pound propane tanks with a cover. A lot of manufacturers will give you 20-pounders. The Cougar does come with the 230, so more propane. Behind that, you will see rails for your battery. Do note that that is big enough if you want to put two batteries there. You certainly have the space for it. And right up front is the diamond etched plating here, helping to protect the front end from rocks and debris that may get thrown up by your tow vehicle. And right above that is your gorgeous front cap. You will see that this has LEDs inlaid in both sides. It also has the gorgeous windshield that Cougar has put in there. Really helps pull the cap together. I think it looks great while it's sitting here or going down the road. It also lets a lot of light in too. Now, the cool thing about this though is even though it lets in a lot of light, it doesn't necessarily let in a lot of heat, because Cougar puts a thermal foil barrier in the front, or I'm sorry, a radiant barrier rather, in the front, which helps stop a lot of that heat from going in. You know, it's a big target, it's heating up, it helps keep your front end a little bit cooler. Coming around to the side, you have pass-through storage compartment, covered hinge on here. It is slam latch and it's magnetic, so you can put it up just like so. You don't have to worry about the kids breaking off any plastic clips or anything. And if you take a look in here, you will see how big that pass-through storage is. It's nice and wide there, plenty of room. And that right there is your brain box for the in-command system I showed you inside. The cool thing about this is it has a lot of redundancy, meaning that if for some reason the control panel inside fails, you can come right out here and manually control those functions, like your slide outs, awning, things like that. Speaking of awning, you'll see there's not one but two awnings on this layout. You have the main one right here, secondary one is on the slide. Both of those, of course, are power, and both of them have LED lights. You also have two speakers, one right here, the other one is actually on the other side of the slide there. Those are controlled by the multimedia center inside, but as I mentioned, that unit is Bluetooth capable, so you can sit out here and control it. Something that's super cool, if you take a look underneath here with me, you can see the power stabilizer jack. So you just touch a button here, these will come down and stabilize the RV, so that way, you know, it's not rocking inside. Just one less thing you have to do yourself. Like I said, just push the button and the motor will do the hard work for you. Also underneath it is a fully enclosed and heated underbelly. So not only will that help keep out a lot of road grime as you're traveling, it'll also hopefully help keep out some of the rodents in the off season, and it'll keep everything in there nice and toasty. The Cougar has been tested by a third party from 0 degrees to 100 degrees to make sure your lines aren't freezing up, and at 100 degrees make sure your ACs are able to keep the coach cool, and the Cougar definitely passed all the tests. That's part of what this sticker right here says, which is the Cougar Climate Guard Protection System. Another part of that too is 12-volt heat pads, so that way it makes sure that you know, your tanks aren't going to freeze up on you. To get into the RV, you have your foldable step right here. This is the MoRide Step Above step system. Super awesome. You have the aluminum treads on here so they don't rust, plus the grip tape. And folks, I'm over 200 pounds. You can see that I can jump on this thing and it doesn't have that springboard effect like you oftentimes see. It also has adjustable legs, so it can adjust to the campsite. And you have the larger foldable grab handle right here, so that way you have extra control from the first step all the way in. If you come back with me a little ways, if you take a look underneath, you will see the aluminum alloy wheels. Great thing about that is not only do they look great now, but they will continue to do so for years to come, because as I mentioned previously, aluminum does not rust. Right here on the back side of the slide, we'll open this up. You will see your electrical outlet, as well as a cable and satellite outlet. So if you want an outside TV, this is where you hook it up at. As I mentioned previously, you do have that second speaker right up top there. And if we open up this back part, this is our outside kitchen. So you have the refrigerator for your beverages and condiment storage. You have spots for your paper plates, cups, anything else you want to put out here. And you have the Capital Grill. I really like this over a cooktop because generally if I'm outside cooking, I'm grilling. And so I like that it came with it so I don't have to bring my own grill. And if you want to use it like a cooktop and put like a pan or something on there, you can still do that. So it's kind of a 2-in-1. Outside shower right here with both hot and cold water access. So even though you don't necessarily have a sink in this outside kitchen, you do still have the water there, which is cool. Right down underneath is your square tubular bumper. Do you see it has the end caps? That way it gives you a convenient spot in which you can store your sewer hose so it's not riding around up front in your pass-through. Mounted to that bumper is a 2-inch receiver. Now you're not gonna be able to tow like a boat or a car or anything with that. However, it is perfect if you have a larger bike rack or utility rack that you wanna put in there. You also see mounted to the bumper is the spare tire with a cover. Cover helps protect it from the elements, and because it's mounted right back here, it's probably one of the easiest places to get to it. You don't have to get down on your hands and knees in the mud. You'll see you have your ladder, which is attached to the back. This obviously allows you to easily climb up onto the roof. It is a fully walkable roof on the Cougar, so you can get up there for easy cleaning and maintenance. You'll also see the backup camera prep. If you want a backup camera, having the prep means that it's pre-wired, so it's easier to install, therefore saving you money on labor. Right here is the Key TV system. So this is if you have camp cable or satellite, this is where you will plug it into. It will feed it to all the other outputs in the entire RV. And then right back here is your 50 amp power supply. Because this one has the 2 ACs and a fireplace, you definitely need the 50 amp service. Right up front here is your docking station with an outside shower having both hot and cold water access. Black tank flush to wash out your black tank nice and easy instead of having to stick a hose down your toilet, and your water inlets. Depending on how you have this blue lever, if you have it like it is right now, it'll fill your water tank. If you flip it down, you'll use that for city water. If you ever forget or get confused, you can see right here it is, nice little diagram. And then right next to that is also solar prep. So if you want solar, simply buy the portable panels, plug it in right there, and it's already pre-wired to trickle charge your battery. All right, folks, that wraps it up. Again, this is the 2019 Keystone Cougar 34TSB. If you're interested in this gorgeous bunk model and you would like price and availability, simply click on the link in the description. Thanks again for watching. I'm Ian Baker, and let's go camping.